Hello guys, welcome back to Drills Point. So now we are in the mid of video lecture. We were discussing about the layout. So this particular video is focusing on the absolute layout. So what is the absolute layout? A layout which enables you to give the absolute or the exact value of the x and y coordinate of the views in a view group that you want to place is known as absolute layout. Like for this one, this is my layout, absolute layout. Here I'm having three buttons or three views. In all these three views, I'm passing the exact coordinate or the exact value where I want my button or my view to be. This is known as x and y. So when we give this, this layout is a part of absolute layout. This layout was deprecated in the API level 3. So let's look at the properties that were there in this layout. So that the first property was the ID, obviously the unique identification. How do you want to identify that particular layout? And then is a layout X. You pass the X coordinate over here, and then is a layout Y. You pass the Y coordinate over there. Like by the coordinate, we have to pass the coordinate of the view we are adding in our application or in our layout. So how do we actually make absolute layout? We open our Android Studio in the activity main.xml. We take the first layout as absolute layout, and then we take two buttons. We pass the x and y, and here also x and y. So in this way, we can tell like where my view or where my position, what should be the exact position of my view in this particular layout. So now let's open up our Android Studios and see how absolute layout looks like, and how can we add elements, how do we pass the values, and how do we have x and y coordinates values in the layout. So let's do the demo. So, as we have discussed, that absolute layout is that layout which works on the absolute position of the elements in the layout. By elements, we mean the child elements, which can refer to to a view or a view group that is present in the absolute layout. So we go on by starting a new Android Studio project. We name this project as absolute layout demo. I click on with continue. Next, it's asking me what type of activity I want. I want a normal activity, and I say do not generate the layout file, or else we can keep it this way because I want to create my own layout file which would be having the root element as the absolute layout. I click on finish. So till the Android Studio makes the project for you, you have to have some patience. And now I'll be showing you how do we arrange elements onto the exact positions given in our absolute layout. So it's the Gradle is running, which means it's building the application and is getting ready to perform the operation. So we are almost here in our project, and this is my blank screen in which nothing is there, but only my no files are there, but the project is ready. I toggle my application to my studio to the full screen mode, and in the full screen mode, once I am there, I would be opening up and seeing the project structure that I've got ready for me. So here's the project structure I've got. I'm having a Java in which I'm having main activity.java file. This would be the activity file which would be acting as a controller for the entire application. In my RES folder, I this is my RES folder I'm having. Here you would be observing that I'm not having any folder or directory named as layout. Why? Because I have not created any layout. So I right click this one and I write as create a new Android resource directory. Name this directory as the layout directory. The type is the layout and click on OK. So here's my layout directory. Now what it has done is it has created in the resources folder for me a new directory which I call as the layout. This layout directory would be having the layout that I want to have. Now I go on here and I create a new layout resource file. I name this file as say abs underscore layout underscore demo dot xml. Now what I say is that I've created an XML file. Now it's asking me to create a root element for this file. I create the root element as absolute layout. I click on OK. So here's my XML file that I created, which is having which would be having an absolute layout as the base element in the component tree. And these would be some properties for this particular layout. Now let's quickly go to the text editor and see what all I have got there in after making of my XML file. I go to the text editor and here is it the absolute layout, which is defining the name schema, the width and the height. So now let's quickly get some elements and see the working of the absolute layout. So what I've got is I'm getting a text view here right in the middle. I want the text to be